Where is oh, you're doing it for Sean today. Oh, very fun. Alright guys, let's get started. I know everyone's sneaking in a little. Where is everybody today? Is everyone this excited for football season?
It's the rain.
You just
It's
sprinkled,
the rain.
come on now.
It's the rain's keeping everybody
Really
away.
sprinkled for like a second, that was
You know, I appreciate you guys wearing jerseys for the wrong sports. I really do appreciate it. It's pretty awesome. We got Jersey Day for opening day of football. We got 2 hockey jerseys. We got a basketball jersey. It's all good. All right, let's get started. As always, Amy's going to be filling in today for Shauna, so let's welcome Amy.
Ready for Price is Right?
Yes.
Yeah!
Are you ready back there
Bring
for
it.
Price is Right?
Yes.
All right.
Will.
So, here are the rules of the game. You have to guess the price without going over. The person closest to the actual retail price gets to
I don't
win
think that lot is
a gift card.
2,583
Let's
square feet.
test your knowledge in real estate. Here we go. We have a West Lancaster home, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Built, yep, 2 baths, built in 1989. So this is about 2,200 square foot.
Oh, 2,500 square feet.
There's a
It's
mistake
a
there.
2,200 square foot home. And it looks like that's probably a 2.5 acres. We'll see when we.
No, that was probably a mistake. That's probably like a 6,000 square foot lot, 7,000 square foot lot.
It is.
Clean.
It's nice, actually.
Nice.
West Lancaster.
West Lancaster.
That's about an 8,000 square foot lot.
Yeah. Well,
Is it past 40th or is it like H
we
and
won't
12?
know where somewhere.
You don't
in
know.
West Lancaster.
It's 6115 though, so it's off 60th.
It might be the prison estates.
Hey, that's
I think that's, no, it's too new.
I've been in prison.
No, yeah, you're right, that might be.
569.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see those
All right, let's
prices.
see the prices.
540.
More pictures.
540? No, that's what's the price.
535. 535.
535 too.
535. You gotta go. You know, you're gonna do the same.
565, 570, 555.
575.
539.5.
On Zoomers, what the Zoomers saying?
465,
465, 500, they're going lower. The Zoomers are going lower than you guys here. Let's see.
Actual retail price.
Wait, the price that was listed for, or the price that sold for?
Sold for.
Sold.
This is
It is.
560. Over, you guys. 535.
540.
540, is it kid?
Nothing over there?
540.
540.
540.
525 is the highest on.
Oh, she
Zoom.
missed it by 5,000. Tanya was over by 5,000.
So,
That's over.
oh my gosh.
Right. Baby.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So close.
Okay.
Poor Tanya, she's just
So,
barely
Shauna,
over.
come on, Shauna.
Yes.
There you go. All right, now West Lancaster.
That's a nice picture. They did a good job with that
This
picture.
is nice. 4-bedroom, 3-bath,
Three bath.
built in 2007,
West
3,000 square feet on a 6,900 square foot lot.
That looks like prison state. That looks like my neighborhood.
Very pretty.
Oh, that's
Hey, I have
nice.
a pool, I can see the pool.
I see a pool.
Oh!
Nice change.
Oh, that pool, that's,
I'm not touching anything here at this time.
yeah, I learned my lesson too. All right, what are you guys thinking?
675.
675.
639.
660.
575.
635.
You guys are like the group of like 3,000 off from each
I'm
other.
not going over.
635.
700,
635.
635, 645, 650,
839.
839, 575, 650.
When did it sell?
$1. $1, Bob.
6 months ago.
Right? When did it sell?
30.
In the last 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
You're sticking
Wait, they
with
dropped
that.
20.
635.
They dropped 20,000.
So I'm going with
Ready?
639.
Everybody has their
Yes.
guesses in?
Right?
Actual retail price.
price?
660.
Wow.
660.
That was way off.
660.
He changed that, right?
He did, he changed
That was
it.
quick.
He had 662 on there. That's how he closes deals too.
661.
Yeah, now 1,000 to outbeat somebody else, right?
1,000 off. You won.
Oh, okay. Who won?
1,000 off.
Yeah, the Raider jersey, just keep it.
Unfortunately, we can't give any winners to Raiders fans. Actually, you know what? It's the only thing you'll probably win this season. So. I'm just kidding. You guys actually have a pretty good team this year. I'd rather be a Raiders fan this year than a Dallas fan. Anyways, next one.
Okay.
Whatever.
Arm wrestle.
Hey, we'll jump you.
West Palmdale, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, built in 1990, 2,100 square feet on a 7,000 square foot lot.
The kitchen.
Very nice.
Oh, I like that.
Backyard,
Nice kitchen.
Cute.
It's cozy.
Again.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
All right, so soon we got 6. Is that 76?
No.
595. 580.
2553 is the address.
When did it sell?
610?
We're sticking to that number.
629.
Yes.
629?
490.
You're like,
What do we got?
490.
549, 599,
That looks like it's
490, that's your deal. 676, and Tess got on there, 685,
Deals are happening.
839, 580, 629,
All right.
630. Man, I used to have good eyes, they are not good anymore. Actual retail price. 620! 620 exactly? 620 exactly? Oh, 620 exactly. We got no super winners today.
Got a winner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah, so the last.
But I was thinking about the numbers that people were saying, and so somebody else put a 600, so I was like, all right, I'm getting 605. Nobody put 6, so if it's between that range,
There you go.
I was widening my.
Didn't work.
Nope.
All right. So, all right.
Feel like with
on
that
Track
effort, they'll learn to
Escrow,
market.
we actually have open house kits for you guys. So any open house that you guys are doing over the weekend, stop by. We have bottles of water, we have some pens, some marketing stuff. So until the fair begins, when you stop by, drop off your business card, you're entered into tickets to win for the fair. So if you tag us on Instagram or Facebook at your open house with our stuff, you actually get entered in to win concert tickets for Chris Young at the fair.
Nice.
So stop by. Who's that?
I don't know. Just candy.
He's a
You
country
know,
singer.
you know this. I mean, I don't. JD, help me out. They'll know the song.
Yeah,
Sing it.
Sing it, JD.
Come on, break it down.
On pitch.
it's, he sings something about the little black dress.
No.
Little black dress
He
song?
sings,
No?
something.
Yes, I hear
Look it up.
voices.
Okay.
Oh, here.
Sing it.
Yeah.
Picture.
I hear voices.
The fair.
Why are you in real estate? With a voice like that. Rising
I
star.
missed your call.
I think you really hear voices.
Right here, I do, all the time.
All right, and so
Good
don't
practice in
forget
saying.
on track on the contract, and stop by for your open house kits. So thank you very much.
All right, all right.
Just wanted to add on to what Shauna was talking about, which is great, having those open house kits and going in for the drawing. I want to remind everyone that OnTrack also orders your W-9, not W-9, no, don't get me there. Your 9A and your HOA docs, rather than waiting for your sellers to pay for those, because we sometimes have to wait a little too long for them. So to get things moving, we do have that for you as a value add. And
Hero.
also we do crypto. Cryptocurrency, right now it's in the tank, but when it changes over time, I just want to let you guys know that we do have that as well. So keep that in mind, okay?
So
And put-
people can pay for their down payment in cryptocurrency?
Yes,
Bitcoin?
I've seen transactions where they've moved it even from Robinhood over
Yeah.
Okay.
to, yeah, so it was a thing. Right now,
Not
not
now,
so
they're all-
much, but it was a thing just the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
It was a thing.
Or something.
I already closed a transaction last year with Dogecoin. He transferred it from Robinhood over to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
What happens if it goes down in value during the escrow?
So there's like kind of think of it as a 1031 exchange company. So it's a third party called BitPay. And so what they do is
They lock it in?
they lock it in at a given date that everyone agrees upon. And then it's, by the way, for escrow, it's the same thing because it has to come in cash. You know, so in the end, that third party then sends actual dollars, not cryptocurrency, to the trust account, right? So in the end, it does end up being actual dollars. Okay? All right, don't forget to put.
Yeah.
Got it.
Thanks, Amy, as always. All right, guys, we got a special guest today. Brian, can you bring Brian around to the front of the screen? And we're going to give you access here. Brian, do you need to do a slideshow, or you just...
Just want to start this.
Absolutely, if I can share, that'd be great.
Okay, we'll make you in charge. Let me turn up the volume here. So you're in charge, Brian? Let me see here. Can you talk real quick? I'll make sure we can hear you okay.
Mic check, check, check.
There we go. All right, Brian, take it away.
There we go. Hey, how's everybody doing? What's going on, AV? What is up? My goodness. You know, I love the energy in the room. Somebody had me almost crying earlier when they were figuring out who that guessed that song, right? Amazing. So whoever's got that voice.
We were all crying.
Well, here's the thing. You know, I started in KWAV. Currently, me personally, myself, my background, I'm a MAPS 101 coach, bold coach, operating principal out in Chino Hills, California. I also leverage series instructor, so I teach rainmakers how to leverage their business, career visioning, 30, 60, 90, success through others. And the thing is, right, we get to a point to where, and I love that course because we get to a point where we typically have more business than time, and helping our rainmakers be able to specialize in that and create leverage. And so the market's changed a little bit, huh? And I love that game that y'all were paying just right now. Guess that price. Man, that's better than Price is Right for real time. I promise you that. It's an amazing game. So we're gonna be ripping off and duplicating that now. R&D, okay? So for that, you know, actually, for those of you, some of you know who my dad, he was actually in that office for a long time, Gotti, and so being able to come back around and offer and come with you all with Bold is an exciting time for me because, you know, Amy, great to see you, and I know Sam well, and just a lot of your leadership that I've seen over the years. It's very exciting to be here with you. And I went to Little Rock High School. Love it or don't judge me. All right, so overall, yeah, my goal today is just to share with you some insight about what Bold is and give you 5 strategies that you can implement right now, whether or not you can Bold or not, and yet give you some understanding about what Bold is. And I see some of you here, so out of show of hands, how many of you have done Bold before? Show of hands. Awesome. So we got a core that have, and then those who haven't. So how would you explain, for those of you who've been Bold, how would you explain Bold for those who haven't done Bold?
Do it.
Life changing? Earth shaking?
Yeah, life changing.
Oh,
Awesome. Thank you. What else?
mindset shift.
Oh, why is that important today?
I use it every day. I mean, the Bold laws, I use it with myself and also the people around me. There's just so much substance in just the Bold laws. But I think a lot of the stuff in Bold too, it creates a standard. So the difference between Ignite and Bold is the standard in Ignite is 10 contacts daily, where Bold is, I think, 25 daily.
Yep.
So it holds you to that standard, and in order to get there, you gotta follow those Bold laws. but us as a group, we're doing it together, and it sets the bar a little higher for yourself and the people around you. So it really creates some mindset around that as well.
I love what you said there, right? It sets that bar higher. Although bold is, and I explain bold as mainly two things. Number one, if I were to explain it in 2 words, number one is productivity. Number 2 is conditioning, right? And conditioning ourselves to take on the habits and the actions that are going to allow us to do more production right now. Because as you know, I'm going to share my screen here. The market has changed a bit, and these are an aggregation of Keller Williams Real International's numbers. Can you see my screen with the numbers from July?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And so here's where we are. I'm just giving some reality. Now, this is not a doom and gloom conversation. This is a reality conversation, and this is also an opportunity conversation because it's a fact. Would y'all agree that the rich get richer during recessions?
Yes.
Absolutely. The top producer produce more throughout these times. And us looking at the opportunities in the marketplace for what it is, then after that, I'm going to give you 5 strategies that you can implement right now to make sure that, just like a checklist. Are you doing these activities right now? If not, implement, and are you doing them to the best of your ability? So we look at the numbers right now, and across the board, closed units negative 21% in the month of July alone, bringing the number down year to date across. This is Keller Williams International domestically, right? Our numbers, and our market share. Keller Williams does about a 12% of the market share across all of the country. So about 1.3 to 1.4 million homes sold for Keller Williams, and when you look at the 6.1 million properties sold across the country, you look at the 2 sides of that, you're looking at almost 11 to 12 million homes there. So you look at our market share, when we see these numbers here, this is an understanding of what's going on across the country. So when you look at our numbers here, our listings taken being down negative 15%, by the way, July, seasonality-wise, what should we be in the highest earning months of our year around these times? Would y'all agree with that, top producers?
Yes.
Yeah, and for us to see these numbers here, hey, it's a challenge. So this just means that if we're looking at 2022 on average being down negative 20% or so, and that's probably what we'll end up across the country, negative 20%. Now, this is probably not your story. You're probably doing better. And at the same time, this is us understanding where we are in the marketplace and us preparing our activity. Because I don't know about you, whether we're having a great year or not, my kids still demand Christmas presents, right? My kids still want turkey for Thanksgiving. And so as a result, our actions have to reflect what's going on in the market. So does this mean potentially our activities, are we upshifting our activities by another 20 or 30% just to make the same amount of money as we did last year? Should that be the case?
Yes.
Yeah. And so for us today in Bold, it's just that quick little energy boost, that opportunity for us to do more in less time, right? And so when we look at our numbers here today, this is the lowest production that we've done since 2016 as a company in Keller Williams, right? And then volume-wise, lowest since 2022. Listings taken 2016, volume-wise, lowest since 2022. So you see these numbers. Now, the big difference in these numbers is the fact that we have 35,000 more agents in our company than what we did back in 2016. So what we know is that our per agent productivity starts to go down when the market does what? Starts to retract, pull back, right? And so what we've got to do now, there's about 1.6 million realtors. Back in 2016, there was roughly about 1.1, 1.2 million realtors. So we look at across the agent base here, we know that not every realtor knows what to do in these times. When the market shifts, confusion shows up. Would y'all agree with that?
Yes.
And so the most certain person in the room wins. I'll write that down. Are you the most certain person in the room? You go into a listing presentation, the most certain person, the most certain presenter, the most certain listing agent, would you agree is going to walk out of that meeting with the listing contract versus someone who's not as certain? Would y'all agree with that?
Yes.
So Bold brings certainty, and it brings confidence, it brings a winning play. And so these are some of the plays that we bring around to Bold, and we'll talk about here, is number one, do you know what your goals are? Do we have clarity around that? And one of our Bold laws being clarity is power, are we very clear on what our intentions are for where we're going? So 2022, where are you on your scoreboard? Are you behind, are you at goal, or are you ahead of goal? And if you know that, then now we can decide how we're going to finish out 2022. Now, if you're behind or right at goal and or maybe even a little above, what's your game plan to make sure that your goals are still hit in 2022? There's still time. And I don't know for what you guys are seeing and yet what we see here in the Empire, my goodness, there's a lot of folks who may not be knowing what to do in this market, and which is an opportunity and also a sobering thought of, man, am I doing everything that's necessary? And this is where that list of 5 things come in right now. So number 1 is, what are those goals like? And now if you're behind, just like any sports, I know we were talking about, another moment, and the Raiders comment earlier. I apologize, whoever that went towards. My good, I'm praying for you. And at the same time, if we're down in the 4th quarter, which that starts in just a few weeks, would you want to run a play that is going to make sure that you got the W? Would you want a play that's proven that whomever your coach is, whether it be Phil Jackson to whomever your favorite coach is at all time, you want to run a winning play, wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
So now it's about, okay, what play am I going to run? And I trust for all of you, bold is that winning play. So tracking our numbers, it goes back to, do we know where we're at? By the way, is it going to take more conversations today versus last year for us to do the same amount of transactions?
Yes.
Absolutely. Question is, are we willing to do that? Are we 100% willing to do what it takes? And that's where our mindset comes in. So I appreciate the gentleman who mentioned earlier that mindset shift of us making sure that, hey, checking with myself, am I willing to do what it takes for me to have more conversations? By the way, and that's in the short term. You may have to have more conversations in the short term until you really anchor in your objection handlers, you understand what's going on in the market, and you increase your pipeline accordingly so that way you can get right back down to the numbers that you might be used to. So in the short term, if you're used to doing 5 conversations a day, today it might require you 10 to 15 in order for you to hit your goals. Right? Or we talk about 20. The reason why we do 20 is because most other people don't do even 5 to 10. 20 is an assurance factor of you're going to hit your goals should you do the amount of conversations that we ask you to do. All right, so tracking those numbers. Number 2, automation. So this is a conversation about leverage. I love leverage, man. I don't know about you. Leverage helps me continue to do what I do and do it well. And I know you all understand that. So leverage in this order is systems, tools, and people. Systems, tools, and people in that order. So what checklists are you running right now? Do you have checklists? For those of you who are running multiple deals per year or per month, you may say, man, and I know what it's like, whether you have multiple escrows going on and you're thinking about that one property that's closing next week and you're like, did I order the termite report? Or did that get ordered? Right? Show of hands if you've ever forgotten that last report. So, right, for us, is do you have a checklist to help you automate your process when you have multiple properties under contract? Same thing with files and people that you're working with. Other thing is tools. Okay, what systems are you using? Are you using Command? Are you using a CRM to help you sort your database and follow up with the people who are most likely to make a move right now? And then finally, people. And people comes in multiple forms, right? Whether it's virtual leverage, that's a big thing right now. I would challenge some of you, if you're doing at least 1 deal per month, start looking at some virtual leverage for yourself because it's not as costly as it is hiring somebody in person. And yet, once you're ready, hire that person here, right, physically for you. And yet, you know, my business, we're doing 3 VAs right now. We're working on a 4th one. So it's helping us to stay organized and do the things that we don't really enjoy doing as well. It's not as dollar productive, and yet it's getting done and it's getting done really well. So database marketing, database entry, the creation of marketing materials, social media posting, whatever it might be, there's a great person who can help you with that. Sometimes you gotta give up to go up, right? John Maxwell says that. Database, my goodness. And I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here. By a show of hands, how many of you have a database of over 2,000 people right now? So that's gonna be, and why is the 2,000 number important according to the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book?
How many people you need in your database to do that million GCI?
Yeah, right, and then a million is 1920. And by the way, I don't know about any of you right now, there's a concerted effort when you look at some of the biggest companies in the world right now in real estate, whether you're looking at Zillow or you're looking at Open Door, OfferPad, all all these companies, I mean, at the end of the day, Redfin, they're all databases. Would you agree?
Yes.
They're all databases, and whether or not you realize it or not, they're communicating with their people probably more than you are. And because they have systems, they have technology, they've got resources that that we could utilize, and we can actually win should we decide to utilize it at the hyper-local level. However, they're spending billions of dollars to stay in front of their people. And so our opportunity today is for us to treat our business like a Redfin or Open Door or OfferPad or Zillow, which is that we're offering multiple, utilizing technology as well as leverage, and we'll talk about all this in depth and bold, and different resources that we can use and strategies that we can implement to make sure that we're top of mind with our people. So out of the show of hands right now, who's touching their database a minimum of twice a month? So about 2 or 3 hands? So do we have opportunity to communicate with our people better?
Yes.
Yeah, I know, easier said than done, and yet that's gonna be something that we're gonna be working on. In Bold, we work on the business. We work on the business every single week, and we focus on being in a better place by the time Bold is over, because we've got better habits, better mindset, and better useful efficiency around how we can convert our people at a higher level. And then finally, it's accountability, right? Accountability is my last slide. I'm not gonna take the time to bring it back up. And it's accountability. You all are extremely smart. You've been around the block, whether it be around real estate, whether it be around sales. You know anything around sales, it's about people contacts. And quite simply, you are directly paid to the amount of people that you talk to regularly about real estate. And you know what to do. The challenge is sometimes we just don't feel like doing it. Would y'all agree with that? And sometimes it takes a little extra accountability, a little extra teamwork, partnership, communication, dialogue, collaboration. And that's what this does for your market center. This is what it does for you personally. So imagine when you take your top producers, your brand new folks, your middle folks, and agents all across your area, and put them in the room once a week for 7 weeks working on the business. What kind of level of communication are you having with people who are doing it well, who are doing it better, the up-and-comers, the hungry folks, the high-level converters? And when you have a team, and by the way, we get back in and we bring people and we put them in teams. So for those of you who haven't done Bold before, you have a small team that you're working with, and actually accountability pair partners, to make that extra contact, to get up that hour earlier, to do the conversations necessary, because we all just don't sell real estate just to sell real estate. Would you agree? We're selling real estate to buy real estate, to secure our retirement, pay down debt, put our kids through college, we're debt free, and make sure that we have a phenomenal holiday season and amazing vacations. Am I right?
Yep.
Absolutely. That's why we do what we do. And yet sometimes we have a challenge with getting out of our own way. And Bold is our prescription to make sure that we're getting out of our own way, because we're pulling accountability into the picture, and we're doing it, most importantly, together. And so y'all are a tight group. I love the energy, and I can't wait to get down there first week of October for us to get in person and really have this conversation. So if we were to be able to have this dialogue for freedom day one, and have an intro session about what Bold will be the next 6 weeks after that, are you gonna show up for day one at the very least? Day one being at no cost to you, 9 a.m. to 2:30 on that day, and we'll bring up the
13th, I think.
The 13th?
I think that's it, or is it 14? 12?
Pulling it up right now.
It's somewhere around the 10th.
The 15th, one of those teams.
October
Right.
10th.
12. Yeah. The 12th. It's a Wednesday.
Yep, so, the 12th, right? And so this is the schedule. You see there on the Thanksgiving, the 23rd, that week, we have no Bold. And yet we're basically going from October 12th, we take 2 weeks off logistically to get your manuals and the resources. We kick it off October 26th, and we go the 2nd, the 9th, the 16th, take a week off, the 30th, and then wrap up the first week of December. And here's the thing, 200,000 people have gone through Bold over the last decade, Keller Williams has provided Bold to our to the field. 200,000 agents. Over those 200,000 agents, nationally, we've on average seen 11 pieces of business within 7 weeks. 11 pieces of business. That's almost 1.5 contracts per week in Bold, or more. If you talk about a winning play, that is a winning play. Now, bold works if you choose to work it. Now, if you're not right now in a headspace to where you're committed to your business right now, bold will do that for you if you're willing to allow it to do that for you. And yet, if for whatever reason, here's the caveat: bold's not for everyone. If you're not willing to grow and be uncomfortable, don't do it. And yet, here's my question to you all, and I'll wrap up with this. When has growth ever been convenient?
Never.
When has it ever been convenient?
Never.
You want more market share? It starts with more mind share, and it starts with focus, and it starts with commitment before that. And so may I have your commitment to be there on day one and see what Bold's all about, and making it happen for your people, and who you're more importantly, who you're doing it for. Because all of you have somebody that you're doing it for, whether it be kids, spouse, mother-in-law, brother-in-law, like whomever, we're doing it for somebody.
Right.
Somebody's relying on us to say the right thing, show up the right way, convert in the right way, negotiate accordingly. We've got people who are relying on this. Bold make sure that we're doing the right things at the right time, in the right order, in the best efficient way possible. So with that being said, what questions you have, what concerns, what hallucinations, grievances, I'm taking them all right now.
Who's got questions?
Yes,
Who's got something?
we're good?
Can somebody
So show of
do,
hands, who's in?
I got a question.
We got a question. We got a couple questions. Hold on.
Can somebody do Bold exclusively online? Zoom?
No, yeah, we've attempted that, and although it's still factored into those numbers that we saw, 11 pieces of business over that last decade, the engagement, the energy, the transformation, there's so much, because we did Bold all last year, 2 years, digital, and it just wasn't the same. And so now, obviously, we're bringing it back in person, and the best thing is to be, so whether we have timing issues or you've got other things going on, I would challenge you to figure out a way to be in the room physically for that day of the week, every week for the next 7 weeks, whether it's, pulling out, finding a babysitter, whatever the case is. Those commitments, those results, you can't argue with that. So 11 pieces of business in 7 weeks. It does require some focus, and it is going to require some sacrifice. And what if you had your family member all on board, your family members all on board for this 7-week push here, and as a result, because you did what you had to do, you took a few more contracts, which another $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 or more, and you go on a great vacation during the holiday season because you've earned it. What happens when you get your whole family in alignment with your goals and your production? Now it's, hey family, or hey dad, hey mom, hey keep going. Did you get that listing? Did you take that buyer contract? Did you open that escrow this week? Because I'm going to Disneyland. Right? That's the reality. So let's get our team, let's get our family on board in alignment, and whatever we've got to do to make it work, I would challenge you to make it work because it is worth that investment. The ROI on Bold is amazing. So, quick question. If I have one, I know I have 1 week, but I wouldn't be available. Yeah. Or I would, should I still pass or still join it? No, still join. Yeah, so I typically say if you miss more than 2 days, it's not worth it. And because obviously it's not even just about our system, it's more about the time in the room and being able to be involved in it. If you miss a day or two, you can get your notes from your team members because you do work in a group, you do work in a team, so you can get that information. It's just more so if you miss 3 days or more, you're basically missing half and it's not going to really do as much work. Full transparency. So you miss one, you're fine.
How do agents sign up?
Your market center has a link. We're gonna ask you to register 2 through 7. For the first one, I don't know if any of your leaders are in the room where if you just put your hand up and you're not already registered.
Go to Victoria. Victoria has the sign-ups. You walk over to her desk and sign up, and you slap your name up on the Bold wall.
Absolutely. There we go. That's it.
It's that easy.
That's it. So are we excited or what? Are we excited for some production?
Yes!
I don't know. There's an echo in that room. That was big. Like that was like a 200-person echo right there. So I'm turning right back over to you, Garrett. Unless you got questions, any challenges, anything else that we can help out with, I'm here for you. Otherwise, I appreciate you all, and I'm excited to come back home, right, and do Bold for you all. So it's gonna be a good time.
Awesome, Brian. We're super excited to have you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thanks, Brian.
All right, you know.
All right. We're back.
So who's teaching the class, the whole class?
Brian is.
He is.
Oh, Brian is,
Yeah.
in person.
Brian in person. I'm so excited for back in person because I don't know about you guys. I'm just not. I love Zoom for like 20-minute things. You want to give me a Zoom for 3 to 4 hours?
Plus, I would have invited like 5 guys and charged them, and it would have been free for me. So
Perfect. See, there we go.
I get it.
Yeah, I'm not into the Zoom thing. So guys, Bold is a absolutely, put it on me, we're bringing it on purpose, right? The timing of everything, of what's going on in the market, if you have listings right now, you're feeling it, is absolutely on purpose why it's coming at this time, especially through October, through November. Why is that time so important for us? What typically happens in November?
It's the end of the year, real estate year.
Real estate agents go on break. When did they come back?
Next year.
February.
When that first credit card statement comes in January, what they spent during Christmas time, like, oh my God, I gotta go back to work, typically, right? So Bold will force you in the hardest time of the year to be the most productive that you've been and setting up for us for that next year as well. So it's very purposeful, and guys, Bold, if you do the program, it will be free to you, as we were going to pay you back each transaction $100 for the first 6 months.
Can't be that.
So you're going to get your money back. We're just basically taking a deposit for you to go get more money. Does that sound fair? Now, if you put that deposit, then don't do it. That's your own fault. Right? No one to blame but yourself.
So we have how many months?
6 months. to
6
close.
months?
6 months.
So
to
it's
close
free.
eight
It's free
deals.
for everybody.
It's free for everybody.
I love it.
It is. It's
He
great.
just said we're gonna do 11.
You're going to do 11 if you, that's the average.
Come on.
But are you average?
No.
John's going to do more.
No.
That's the average agent. I'm not average. If you're average, you could do. If you're below average, you could do less. But I mean, that investment seems all there.
Yeah, why would you?
Do the math, the commission checks on, based on those deals,
Our average commission is around $10,000.
right?
Yeah.
11 and 10.
70, that's 70 grand minimum.
Free.
Parecía película que va a decir Hakuna Matata, vas a ver que adentro de la película dice Hakuna Matata.
¿Qué? I can translate.
Yes. That was like our phone call yesterday, George. George called me and was speaking to me in Spanish yesterday. I was like, yes, yes. Yes, George, I got this.
And it got to a point where
He's like, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm like, nah, you lost me on that one. I'm lost now. Okay, Ignite. Let me hit this up. Guys, we have Ignite starting next week. Our very own, go back. Our very own Amy Constantine is going to kick us off for our Ignite. Very excited. Who's taken Ignite before? Who's taken Ignite twice? Who's taken Ignite 3 times?
Wow.
Who's taught Ignite at least 3 times?
At least 3 times.
Right? Ignite is completely new, brand new.
What?
It's 100% different. So Ignite now is a training session in the afternoon from 1 to 3, every day, 5 days a week. The next morning from 9 to 11, the group gets together to lead gen together, based off what we did the day before. So it's going to be really getting into the activities that get you results in your business, and it'll lead you right into Bolt. So there's going to be a group of us going to be lead generating every day from 9 to 11 in the office. I'm doing Ignite, and then coming here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The first day just starts at 1 o'clock to kick off Ignite and going through and learning the processes, and taught by our very own Amy. George is going to be teaching, JD's going to be teaching some, I'm going to be teaching some. It's going to be great. So if you like to experience that, especially if you're a newer agent and you're like, I'm not really sure, you should be here. If you're an agent that's been out a little bit and you're thinking, okay, what do I need to do? You should be here. If you don't have a database that you touch 36 times a year and know how to feed it daily, you should be here. Fair?
Yes.
Fair. Awesome. All right, our Capper Fiesta party, a celebration of our Cappers is, man, that's coming up. That's Friday. This is from 6 o'clock. Leanna Derby's going to offer her house to us, and it's a beautiful, beautiful house with a beautiful view. And it was a lot of fun last year, guys. We were riding bulls, and don't let Mondo ride the bull. You know, you know. He's still in a cast from the last time he was on a bull. It was a lot of fun though, guys. We're going to be celebrating Cappers. Cappers will get a nice little, you don't have to be a Capper to come, but the Cappers do have the first invite till we fill up. So you're welcome to come and celebrate. It'll be a great time. We hope to see you all there. There'll be food, party, drinks, and as always, mechanical bull. All right, East Side, for East Side agents, if you're a part of the East Side family, or if you'd like to just go check it out and be a part of it, they're going to be doing a potluck at 5 o'clock on the 15th, that Thursday. It's over at the East Side office, so if you haven't checked out that office, guys, you don't have to, everyone's allowed to go to that office and use it. If you have clients and you're showing on the East Side, there's conference rooms there. Go check it out. Utilize the office. They're over there. Where's Otto at? There he is. Otto's always there, and feel free to use the building if you like to check it out and join them in their potluck. If you're an East Side agent, they typically like to bring from their culture background, so they have a lot of different fun foods. So bring us some special dish, and let's have some fun over there. September, just quick breakdowns. We've got the Ignite. If you show up every time, you'll be entered to win a $50 gift card. Our next Thursday office meeting, remember from this day forward, because of the Ignite training, we are doing our office meetings at 11 o'clock for the next month because of Ignite. Rob Talbot is going to be here in person finishing up his part 2 session of what he did last time, which off the top of my head I don't remember. It was like the eight tactics for, I forget what it was, but it was really good. And we asked him to come and do it in person because we all liked it so much. Yeah. So don't miss that. Rob Talbot will be here in person teaching that class next week. And the week after we'll be going over Lord of Awards. We have a special guest as well who's going to be bringing some food for us. There'll be food next week too, so look at that. We get food a couple weeks in a row. And she'll be talking about appraisals and what's going on in the appraisal world and some tactics you guys could use if you don't get appraisal you don't like and stuff like that. Tech classes are being moved to Mondays at 11 for better participation. For some reason, realtors don't like to show up Friday afternoons. What is going on with you guys? Are you already drinking? What's going on? So we're going to move it to Mondays at between 11 and 12. Mike will be going over the consumer app and the command app, the 2 apps that you should be using on your phone to help leverage your database. It can't be loaded. That's okay. And then obviously we were talking about Bold. We already have a few people signed up for Bold, ready to rock. Well, good job, Andrew. You got it signed up there as well. Special shout outs, guys. Come sign up for Bold. The wall up there, once you sign up with Victoria, you take your name, you write it on the paper, and you slap it on the wall, and we'll make you ring the bell and embarrass you. If you don't want us to embarrass you, too bad. It's what we do. I'm just kidding. You can sign up secretly, but that would be weird. Let us embarrass you.
Secret agents.
Yeah, secret agents. Okay, guys, we have our ALC meeting. So this meeting, we're cutting 10 minutes short. We appreciate you all. We'll see you guys all in the next coming weeks. And tonight, go Rams, baby. No? I'm the only Rams fan. I'm sorry we won the Super Bowl last year, guys. We forgot. We're playing the Bills tonight, 5:20. That's it. That's all I got, guys. Have a great night, guys. Great night, great day, whatever you want to call it.